Welcome everybody to the fated Game 3 of the series. I didn't think Game 3 was going to happen. Cheese had to go after beating RedxWings pretty bad in Game 2. If anybody remembers, it happened yesterday. RedxWings went Elite Armor with Overcommander West, which he might do twice. RedxWings, by the way, had faction selection for this game and chose Overcommander West. And Cheese has counterpicked him US forces. So we're basically going to see a rematch of Game 2, which is interesting. I'm curious to see if RedxWings can perform a little better this time than last time. Cheese is not going to alter his strategy in any way, and he was so successful in Game 2 that apparently he thinks he can just do it twice. So double rear echelons into a WC-51, and RedxWings is going to also not alter his strategy in the least. Extremely early battle group headquarters going up right there, and he will stall for time with his stern pilot. It's like the exact same game. I feel like I'm watching a replay right now. Okay, he has not quite retreated though, trying to burst down the WC-51. He's taking heavy damage. There he goes, will be forced to retreat. Volksgrenadiers also trying to keep rear echelons away over there on the left. The stern pilots were successful in stalling for time on the battle group headquarters, however. And it will complete completely unharmed, so that's good. Rakettenwerfer in production now for RedxWings, who has again not altered his build even in the slightest. Those riflemen will be successful in keeping those stern pioneers off the cutoff, and the Rakettenwerfer is not going to have much more success. But Volksgrenadiers are going to be able to beat rear echelon troops easily enough and get the fuel point captured. Fortunately, no fuel will be coming in until control of this cutoff point can be restored. WC-51 is on its way. RedxWings will have to somehow avoid those riflemen with the Rakettenwerfer if he can. Stern Pioneers jumping into close range on the riflemen right there, and will push them out of the cutoff point, get control of that. Recovered. WC-51 moves to engage against Volksgrenadiers on the left. Rakettenwerfer will move to counter now. Stern Pioneers need to stay in cover to get this cutoff retaken and get fuel coming in. Rakettenwerfer's on its way. Oh, wait, wasn't he already hosting me? Thanks for the host again. The number's bigger this time. A little weird. Oh, Rakettenwerfer shot missed. Rakettenwerfer shot missed, and it will step on it and get to safety. Stern Pioneers, meanwhile, fall extremely low to riflemen, haven't done any damage to them in return, and will be forced to spend even more manpower on that reinforcement. But a fresh squad of Volksgrenadiers is on its way to assist, and RedxWings does, at least very briefly, have control of a fuel point. He will get cut off again now, though. Also, Yarp's Drita, you can send it to my email or PM me on kotu.org, and I just linked both of those things in chat.
Target that infantry!
Why are you sorry, 40 cake? Volksgrenadiers engaging from green cover against riflemen right here. Stern Pioneers moving on the flank of that rifle squad. Really need to try to get these riflemen to retreat if at all possible. There they go, finally. Uh-oh. WC-51 exposed itself. Rakettenwerfer missed again. 2 misses in a row now from that Rakettenwerfer. And right as RedxWings retakes control of his cutoff, it looks like he will lose control of his fuel. And yes, Retaliation, they are continuing the series from yesterday. They were both available to play when the show started back up again today. They were both okay with continuing, including RedxWings, who could have just been like, no. But that's, of course, RedxWings is not going to do that. So WC-51 continues dancing around. Oh, just outside that Rakettenwerfer's range. Volksgrenadiers trying to provide vision. Rakettenwerfer having pathing issues, and the Volksgrenadier squad has to retreat back across the river, and still no fuel coming in for RedxWings, but he appears to be winning an engagement against these riflemen at range. It also looks like kind of a late retreat from them, but I don't think they're going to get sniped by a 2-man Volksgrenadier squad unless RedxWings gets some kind of crazy RNG miracle. Not even gonna try. Moves to capture the point now, but he's gonna get shut down by an M20. M20 is already on the field. Rakettenwerfer is in the base, so that honestly could be a wipe. I don't think he's quite ready for that. There's the retreat. He's gonna have to pray that they make it to safety. Mine going down for the M20 right now, but I don't know if it's gonna plant in time. Maybe it will if he does. If he's a little too slow to chase. I thought that was a wipe for sure, but he didn't chase, so he won't spot that mine being planted, and he won't wipe that Volksgrenadier squad. Got a little lazy there, I think. I think that M20 had potential to not only wipe a Volksgrenadier squad, but interrupt a mine placement. Rakettenwerfer was out of position for that as well. Fortunately for Red Wings, M20 does not chase, getting himself a second Sturm Pioneer squad now. Volksgrenadiers taking control of the right side munitions. We'll move to take control of the strategic point next. Rakettenwerfer. I think a second Rakettenwerfer might even be a better idea than a second Sturm Pioneer squad. He's going to get bullied by M20 and WC-51 quite badly. WC-51, by the way, is off the field. G's refitted it. He refitted it so he would have the manpower for 250 cals. Interesting transition. So that's kind of fun. Sturm Pioneers chase off a rear echelon troop squad over here on the left side. Volksgrenadiers doing the same to these riflemen. Off they go. They can't wait too long to retreat because they have to retreat over red cover through Sturm Pios, so it's probably a good idea to get that squad retreated ASAP. M20 gets pushed away by the Rakettenwerfer right there. Nicely done by Red Wings to relieve some of the pressure from that light vehicle, force it off the battlefield for repairs. I have a feeling that mine's going to blow up to rear echelon troops retreating, which would be kind of a shame. Okay, mine's preserved, barely. Lieutenant moves to take control of this cutoff point right here. 50 cal is going to start boxing Red Wings in. He starts to struggle, by the way, at this stage of game 2 when the 50 cal start coming out, because he just can't seem to hold a victory point or a fuel point with the threat of that suppression. He's going to have to find a way to flank these. Last game, he didn't. Did he get an infantry support gun? I don't think so. Can't remember. I honestly don't remember. I doubt it would help anyway, if I'm being honest. And he definitely did not get a forward retreat point. Having a forward retreat point definitely would help. Not having one makes it extremely difficult to hold this position. Second Rakettenwerfer might help him punish this kind of behavior as well. Here comes another push for the left side victory point. Red Wings will take control of this building with Volksgrenadiers to try and preserve the fuel. Over here, he will preserve control of the strategic point. Sturm Pioneers making their way towards the center. Rakettenwerfer heading hard right to capture territory, I guess, but it's going to get circle strafed to death by that M20. It's one shot off, though. If only Red Wings had a Panzerschreck. He has no munitions, though, at all. M20 is going to try and just pull back for repairs for now. 50 cal interrupts the placement of a mine right there, so that's not going to happen. Red Wings can't really get a Panzerschreck because he's spending all of his munitions on mines, and there's nothing wrong with mines, but having a Panzerschreck for flank protection on his one Rakettenwerfer would probably be nice. He has almost no chance of killing a vehicle at all if his only anti-tank is just one Rakettenwerfer, especially if he uses it for aggressive mine or aggressive territory capping. Major is suiciding himself again. This is definitely intentional. I again have no idea why Cheese does this. Wait, he just retreated though. So maybe it's not intentional. Maybe his major micro is really that bad. I don't know. I don't understand why he would retreat right there if he was trying to suicide his major. Now I'm confused again. All bets are apparently off. Volksgrenadiers have somehow managed to maintain control of this fuel point, sort of, getting that captured. Red Wings' fuel control of this game, by the way, has been way better. Way better than in Game 2, but notably, he has not built himself any green cover anywhere. Without building himself green cover, I don't know how he's going to hold his line. I don't understand why he wouldn't at least throw up some sandbags to help him defend, especially so that he'd have protection from the suppression of these 50 cals. He doesn't build himself any sandbags. Those 50 cals can honestly just walk across the river and shoot at him. So he's actually kind of lucky his opponent is not doing that. And rather than going infantry support gun, which I'm pretty sure he did in game 2 now that I'm thinking about it, rather than doing that, he's going to get the retreat point unlock, which I definitely think is a better investment of that manpower. He is also up to double Raket Warfare now, so we'll have a decent weapon against light vehicles and tanks. And the light vehicle, by the way, is gone. Cheese has refitted the M20. Which does allow him to get out that Sherman a little faster, sure, but it also denies him the ability to plant mines, and it also kind of shuts down his ability to harass the flanks of the map. I feel like the map control that M20 was giving him was still valuable. I don't know if I think it was time to refit that. Oh wait, no, it's right here. Never mind. What am I even talking about? The M20 is right there. He didn't refit anything. Okay. I lied. M20 drives right into a double Raket Warfare wall before pulling back slightly, but not really making a full retreat. There it goes. Raket Warfers are going to pull back over here to try and protect against the Sherman, which is about to reveal itself to these Volksgrenadiers. Good chance of this wipe. RedxWings gets out on the far side of the building to try and get the squad to spread out on the retreat. That shell just went wide. Squad might get away. Raket Warfers need to run away from the lieutenant apparently right there. Try to get into range to support against that Sherman. Rear echelon troops almost get wiped right there, but they will retreat just in time. Stern Pioneers right might be able to get a little territory under their control as well. Volksgrenadiers did make it away narrowly from that Sherman, and Raket Warfers will scare off an M20 but not steal the deal. And they need to pull back away from the Sherman. Ooh, and a Puma is on the field. Interesting. RedxWings is going to bridge the gap to his Collins with a Puma, which has exhausted all of his fuel, by the way, his decision to do this. I don't know if that's going to pay off or not. I guess we'll see. He was only 3 CPs away from the Collin, but he was a bajillion fuel away, so could understand that decision. Maybe he'll be able to take out some tanks with this, maybe chase off the M20, but he will have to be careful of M6 mines, which once Cheese sees that Puma, he'll probably start planting a couple of these around. Raket Warfare set up to fire on a Sherman and get 2 shots off, bringing it quite low. Puma's going to chase. That Sherman might be 1 shot from death. Oh, miss. I don't think the Puma can chase any further. Oh, last shot bounced. Last shot bounced, and the Puma will be forced to pull back for repairs. Sherman obviously also forced back for repairs. 1 squad of Volksgrenadiers has been wiped. Other than that, I don't think there have been any wipes on either side. Even the WC-51 did not get wiped, it just got refitted. So, pretty non-lethal game, all things considered. And, yeah, actually only 35 to 35 at 14 minutes is pretty impressive. Mine! Mine just got hit right there, and it's got a destroyed engine. Fortunately, nothing in the area to follow up, except for a Puma. Puma's on the way. Duct tape will repair it. Puma starts trying to snipe from range, but if he tries to chase too aggressively against that M20, he could hit a mine and get 1-shotted, so he should be careful about this. He just really wants to get the snipe. Snipe! Oh, he can't get in range. Can't get in range, but he will chase away some rear echelon troops over here, so I guess that's something. He still needs to repair that vehicle. Now it's just slightly above half. Meanwhile, the Sherman is about to be fully repaired here as well. And double fuel control for Bertz again. RedxWings kind of failing a little bit to get a fuel point under his control, and that Puma doesn't seem to be helping at all. Volksgrenadiers move right to harass, but harassing when there's a Sherman on the field is very dangerous. Fortunately, it's going to continue working on the left. Raket Warfers are set up here in the middle. Double stern pilots going down the central road will chase away those riflemen, and the Sherman reveals itself here in the river. If the Raket Warfers advance on it, they will run right into this 50 cal. I think he's going to have to do something about that. Volksgrenadiers retreat from the center or left side VP for reinforcement here by the battle group headquarters. Puma is fully repaired. Kettenwerfer set up in the middle. Don't quite have range on that Sherman. Minesweeper right here will sweep this entire area of mines, so that's good. Volksgrenadiers move to engage against the captain right there, and the Puma with Kettenwerfer support will try to find an opportunity against the Sherman, but there's an AT gun on the field. Puma just activated some kind of ability. Oh, heat rounds. Okay. Well, that was a good use of that. 75 munitions. Kettenwerfer does get a shot off on the Sherman right there. Puma pulls back. Bunch of infantry trying to reinforce. Volksgrenadiers working the right side. Fuel Point will get control of this victory point next. Lieutenant caught in red cover may be forced to retreat right here. The 50 cal is slightly out of range to put pressure on any of these squads. Over here on the right side, the Puma will find an opportunity against the M20. I think it will go down here. Nicely done by RedxWings. I don't know if he can win this engagement though. No, not likely. He's going to retreat that squad, get that Puma completely out of there, but the M20 being destroyed is definitely a nice pickup, and it will prevent the placement of any mines by Cheese. Not that I think he intended to plant any, by the way. He could have, but I'm pretty sure he's just going to spam artillery as hard as he can as soon as he gets to 8 CPs, which will be very soon, and the fact that this structure is taking damage from an AT gun already means RedxWings will probably lose it. I don't think there's anything he's going to be able to do to keep this thing alive, especially with his Stern Pioneers heading in this direction. Artillery is already being dropped. Move that, Volksgrenadiers squad. And there it goes. Destroyed by one barrage. Didn't even have to drop a second one. Which is bad for RedxWings, extremely bad. He does have his Puma though, so I guess that's something. This AT gun is a serious problem. The team weapons in general are a serious problem. Team weapons are just really good on this map. That's pretty much what it comes down to. It's very easy to set team weapons up in useful locations. Kettenwerfer takes a shot at that Sherman. Gets cleared. Puma's probably not going to be able to kill it. It does activate heat rounds, which bounce anyway. What the fuck? Hold on, I think we need to watch these heat rounds in slow motion to fully comprehend how bad they really are. All three heat rounds right there missed or bounced. So that 45 munitions did nothing. And the Puma will pull back to safety. That's a bummer. 50 cal was forced to pull back slightly, but it will probably still be able to suppress these Stern Pioneers before they can clear the AT gun, and there's the retreat. And now that the battle group headquarters has been destroyed, he will have to retreat all the way back to base. I don't know if RedxWings is going to be able to recover from a game this awful. Volksgrenadiers move to take control of the right side. And that squad will be forced to retreat. It's always fun, I think, with the heat rounds to see Relic upholding their tradition of the more expensive something is, the worse it performs. There's a lot of great examples of that in KO2, and heat rounds is one of many of them. Ooh, that one hit. It's kind of actually hard to see the heat round sometimes. That one was like invisible. I couldn't even see that at all. Come on, heat rounds. That one was invisible. Abandoned! The Sherman just got abandoned. I think, but it's going to continue driving around. Okay, there it goes. Abandoned for real. Puma has to pull back away from that AT gun. Moving up to screen with this Volksgrenadier squad. He's not paying attention to a stern pile, which gets wiped by a 50 cal right there. Recovering that Sherman would be nice, but it's not going to happen with an AT gun and another Sherman right here. Nice attempt, though. Right? I think this one just equipped armor-piercing rounds to destroy it. Missed again. RedxWings trying to make some sort of miracle escape right here, but I don't see how it's going to happen. Main gun destroyed. Maybe if he gets enough random amazing... Wow, the 50 cal just killed it. Apparently a 50 cal on the top of a Sherman can kill another Sherman. That's how thin the armor is. Alright, good job 50 cal. Doesn't look too good for RedxWings here. I don't know. I don't see how he's going to survive this situation. Even if he made some sort of miracle destruction of that Sherman with his Puma. He's lost his stern pile squad. He's lost his battle group, which is 500 manpower. He's lost a lot of manpower. Bleed on Volksgrenadiers, and he has no territory at all. Completely contained to his base. So he's doing an okay job of managing the Sherman, but he has no anti-infantry firepower at all. In anything. He has nothing that can fight infantry.
75 points remaining.
Artillery in his base just wiped two Raketten mortars and destroyed the guns entirely. That's definitely GG if it wasn't already.
Flanking attack! Forward elements report an infantry unit lost. Enemy rounds! Keep your heads down!
I wonder how many people spent money on elite armor. Like,
We are down to 50 points.
I wonder how many poor people actually paid for the privilege of making their units worse. It's actually worse than just no commander at all. Using any ability from elite armor actually makes you weaker. Like, wow! How does Relic even manage that? It's pretty amazing. It's pretty impressive, I have to say. That is something.
Taking effective fire. Security. Don't let him bound up.
Well, there you have it. That's the game. Cheese will take game 3. We thought he was going to forfeit, but he will shut down RedxWings' attempt at elite armor even harder than he did in game 1, which just goes to show, or game 2 I should say, which just goes to show that RedxWings' usage of a Puma to try and bridge the gap to his Panzer IVs is actually, as far as we can tell, worse than trying to just stall straight for the call-ins. So Relic will uphold 2 traditions today. The more it costs, the worse it performs, and stalling for call-ins is the way to go, even as elite armor. So don't worry, we have not learned anything new during this series. Good game, Allies win.